Morning all. Hope you guys are having a great Monday so far. I wanted to take just a couple of minutes and give you a few different reminders. One, kind of give you reminders about what's due this week, give you some feedback about what I've noticed so far in grading and looking at your work. And then I want to spend just a little bit of time talking about the proctored midterm because that is coming up. The exam window opens this Saturday. So I do want you all to kind of have a little bit of insight into what that exam looks like, maybe calm some of your fears and worries, and give you some things to think about as you head into that assignment. So first thing is I want to spend some time looking through what is due this week. So the only major assignment you have due this week, if you're looking at our calendar, is the Unit 2 discussion board. That is due in full by tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And by in full, I mean the initial post and the 2 replies. Most of you did a fantastic job with the Unit 1 writing assignment and following those instructions. Just please make sure that you're doing that again. And if you have any questions about what to do for this board, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions, provide any clarification, anything like that that you might need. So again, Unit 2 discussion board, initial post and replies are due tomorrow by 5 o'clock. One of the things I do want to talk about just for a second is what I've noticed so far in your assignments. You all are producing, as a whole, great ideas, and you're really focused, some great insight and some great things that will really benefit you since you're doing them now. It'll benefit you when you move into the rest of the course, particularly when we reach the more formal writing assignments that will begin in Unit 3. So those insights and those ideas are fantastic, but the big thing you also want to keep in mind is how you're packaging those ideas. Great ideas on their own are good, but you want to make sure that you have writing that is well written, that's cohesive, and it's coherent, meaning you want to try to shoot for error-free writing. Now, there is no such thing as a perfect paper or perfect assignment, but the idea should be that whenever anyone is reading your work, and in this case it's going to be me, when I'm reading through your work, I shouldn't be stumbling over many spelling errors, many sentences that are awkwardly written, sentences that contain words that don't quite work the way that they need to. What a lot of this boils down to is you need to make sure, as a whole, you're making sure to give yourself time to proofread and edit your work. I know sometimes when you're working on a board, sometimes, especially if it's close to the deadline, you're just trying to hammer it out so you can get it posted. I understand that. But if you build this really good skill set for proofreading and editing now, it's going to serve you well when you go into those writing assignments starting in Unit 3 that are longer and are worth more of your grade. So please make sure that you're spending time to proofread and edit your work carefully. Do take advantage of the resources that are available under the Writing Resources module and the content. And of course, if you have questions about something very specific regarding my feedback or how to go about proofreading and editing more effectively, just reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions and give you feedback. I've been writing for a long time, and I've been running a writing center for almost 10 years. So I can give you plenty of feedback and answer questions regarding that. So that's just some general feedback right now. Other than that, you're doing well. Just keep up the good work and continue to work on building those good skill sets when it comes to good writing. So moving back to the course, the next thing I want to touch on just for a few minutes is the proctored exam. So the proctored exam, there is a window in which you can take it. It is the 15th to the 20th. So the 15th is, of course, Saturday. That is the start of the exam window, and it ends on the 20th. You have at least a couple of times throughout the course already had a couple of announcements that look like this that remind you to actually sign up for the proctored exam, because again, it does need to be proctored in some sense, whether you go to a location and you do it face-to-face or you do it through like ProctorU or something like that. So make sure to sign up for that exam. If you have questions about how to do so, you can look at these announcements, or you can go under assessments to the proctored exam link. And it gives you a phone number or an email address you can email to get registered, or if you have questions. Has some information about how much the exam might cost and other things like that. And the other thing I want to mention, and I had someone email me about this morning, is what the exam will actually cover. So if you go to content and you scroll down about midway, there's the midterm exam module with a study guide. The exam is going to be broken into two parts. The first part is going to be ad analysis. So essentially what you did in the first Unit 1 discussion board, that's exactly what this first part of the midterm exam requires. So you'll look at the ad and then you'll answer some of these questions that are below. The first part is worth 75 points. And then the part 2 of the exam, you're going to write a 1 to 2 paragraph essay that specifically focuses on the value of studying literature. So again, I can't tell you exactly what it's going to be. I can't tell you exactly what ads you're going to be looking at, but you kind of get a sense from the study guide of what the exam is going to entail. And again, part 1 is worth 75 points. Part 2 is worth 25 points for a total of 100. There will be rubrics that will specifically hone in on each one of these sections. I'll be using those to grade your assignment. And once I upload this video here in a few minutes, I'll do my best to get those uploaded with the video and the announcement. So you'll have everything in one place. So you guys can essentially kind of know what I'm going to be looking for when I go through and grade this exam. I know that proctored midterms can seem a little bit scary, or any kind of proctored exam can seem scary. But do keep in mind you have a two-hour time limit to take this exam. So you have plenty of time to go about taking this. And of course, because you have so much time, you have time to produce your responses and then begin practicing those proofreading and editing skills so you can produce really, really clear, concise writing for this assignment. Generally speaking, most students do very well on this exam because, as you probably noticed from the study guide, as I pointed out, what you've been doing for this class already has been slowly but surely preparing you to get you here. Again, everything in this class kind of builds on itself all the way throughout the course. So don't let the fact that this is a proctored exam and that it's timed freak you out too much. Take it section by section. Know that what you're being asked to do, you have been asked to do in some form or fashion in the course already. And if you have, major concerns, again, go back to what you've been doing in the course and just continue to produce that really good work that you've been doing so far. Also, one of the things that I do get asked about regularly, I haven't so far in this class, but I do want to let you all know, there will be no materials you need to take into the exam with you. So when you're doing the exam itself, you don't have to have any kind of outline. You don't need to have the study guide with you. You don't need to have a dictionary. Again, everything that you need for this particular exam, you've already been working on, and you've done that work. So just put that work to use in this setting, and you should be just fine. If you have any questions about anything with the exam, anything with the Unit 2 discussion board, literally anything for the course, folks, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, give you feedback. Again, that's what I'm here for. So please take advantage of me during my office hours on Wednesday from 10 to 12. And of course, as most of you know, if you email me throughout the week, I do check into the course multiple times a day. And of course, I'm always on my West Georgia email. So you have an easy way to get a hold of me should you need me. That's all I have for you now. Look forward to seeing more great work throughout the week, and I hope you guys have a great one. Take care.